What would you do if the one device meant to protect your child became the thing that destroyed your entire life? The glow from the baby monitor lit up the dark corner of our bedroom at 2:17 a.m. My son was asleep in his crib down the hall, the faint hum of the white noise machine bleeding through the speaker. But there was another sound layered beneath it, low, rhythmic, and wrong. I turned up the volume, leaning closer, heart beginning to pound. A man's voice, not mine. And then my wife's laugh, soft, breathless, intimate in a way I hadn't heard in months. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Because whatever was about to happen next, I knew it would change everything. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. I replayed the recording, again and again, each time hoping I misunderstood it. That maybe it was a TV, a neighbor, anything. But the more I listened, the clearer it became. The baby monitor wasn't just picking up my son's room. It was catching sounds from the guest bedroom across the hall, where my wife said she'd been folding laundry. Instead, I heard whispers, the creak of the bed, her voice saying, "We have to be quiet," and him answering, smug and careless, "Relax. He's asleep." That was the moment something inside me cracked. But I didn't confront her. Not yet. The next morning, she poured coffee like nothing had happened. Sunlight spilled across our kitchen in Los Angeles, the kind of calm, golden morning that makes everything feel normal. "Rough night?" she asked, not even looking up from her phone. I watched her, studied her. "Yeah," I said. "Didn't sleep much." She smirked slightly. "Maybe you should try melatonin." That smile, it felt like a slap. Over the next few days, everything became clearer. Her phone was always face down. She started taking late yoga classes near Melrose Avenue. There were new dresses, new perfume, and distance. Cold, calculated distance. I checked the bank statements. There were charges at a boutique hotel off Sunset Boulevard. Not once, 3 times. I felt humiliated. Not just because she cheated, but because she thought I was too stupid to notice. One night, I followed her. She said she was meeting friends at a restaurant in West Hollywood. Instead, I watched her pull into the underground parking garage of that same hotel. And then I saw him. Tall, confident, laughing like he owned the world. He kissed her before they even reached the elevator. I sat in my car, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles went white. That was the night I broke. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just shut down. And then I started planning. The first thing I did was gather everything. Screenshots, bank records, hotel footage I paid a security guard to pull, audio from the baby monitor, hours of it. I even hired a private investigator. Turns out, her little secret wasn't so secret. They'd been seeing each other for almost 5 months. 5 months. While I worked. While I paid the mortgage. While I rocked our son to sleep alone most nights. The man? A real estate broker with a reputation. Married, of course. That made it better. Because now, I didn't just have one target. I had 2. I waited. Weeks passed. I played the role perfectly. Loving husband. Attentive father. Oblivious fool. Meanwhile, I built something airtight. I met with a lawyer downtown near Spring Street. Quiet office. No windows. The kind of place where lives get dismantled professionally. "Do you want custody?" she asked. I nodded. "Full." "Then we do this carefully." And we did. I filed first. I moved money into protected accounts. I secured evidence that would destroy her in court. Then I set the final piece. A dinner. Her idea, actually. "We haven't had a proper night out in a while," she said. "We chose a place in Beverly Hills. Elegant. Expensive. Public. Perfect." She looked stunning that night. Red dress. Hair done. That same smile that used to make me feel like the luckiest man alive. Now it made me sick. Halfway through dinner, I slid my phone across the table. "Play that," I said. She frowned, confused. But she tapped it. The audio filled the silence between us. Her voice. His voice. The truth. I watched her face drain of color. "What is this?" she whispered. I leaned in slightly. "That's you, from the baby monitor." Her hands started shaking. "It's not what you think." "Stop." My voice was calm. Too calm. "I know everything. The hotel. The money. Him." She glanced around, panicked. People were starting to notice. "Please, not here," she begged. "Oh, it's definitely happening here." I stood up. "And it's happening everywhere else too." Because at that exact moment, her phone buzzed. Then buzzed again. And again. Messages. Calls. Notifications flooding in. I had already sent everything. To her friends, her parents, his wife, his clients, everyone. Public exposure wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet chaos. Reputation doesn't explode. It erodes instantly. She grabbed my arm. You're ruining me. I looked down at her hand, then back into her eyes. You did that yourself. The divorce was quick. Ugly, but quick. With the evidence I had, the court didn't hesitate. I got custody, the house, most of the assets. She got what was left of her image, which wasn't much. The affair partner lost his marriage. His business took a hit he never recovered from. Last I heard, he moved out of state. Coward. As for her, she tried to reach out a few times. Apologies. Regret. Excuses. I never answered. Months later, the house feels different. Quieter. Cleaner. My son sleeps peacefully down the hall. The baby monitor still sits on the nightstand, its soft glow unchanged. Sometimes I think about that night, about the moment everything broke, and how something so small, a faint sound through a speaker, could unravel an entire life. I don't hate her anymore. I don't feel anything at all. And somehow that's worse. The end.